Good morning. Today we are going to complete what we have done last time. Today we are going to practice reading. So our main objective for this lesson is practicing what we had in the previous lessons. Let's have a look at our lesson overview. First, we are going to talk about the importance of reading comprehension, and then we will go through a practice. As we know that reading is very important, and our English exams depend on reading comprehension most of the time. And as you know that the exam is divided into two parts, the reading part and the writing part. We have 60 marks depending on the reading comprehension. So we need to think very well before we go through the reading comprehension. Try to do the strategies that we taught you in those previous lessons. Let's go back and have a review on the reading text. Last time we talked about the effective reading. We said that we need to first to skim and then to scan. When I say skimming, I mean that I need to have the main idea or the general idea of the reading text. Then we have the scanning. We go through the lesson to find supporting details, specific details about the reading text. These specific details can be about the new vocabs or lexical items, also reading comprehension or RC questions. That means questions that deals with the or related to the reading text. Then we have reading word family, and what I mean by word family, as we talked about it before, it is suffixes, prefixes, and the root, the word roots. Then we have word classes. As we said before, you will have at least one question about word classes. That means noun, verb, adjective, or adverb. That means part of speech. So let's move here and let's practice what we have learned. Here a reading text, and this time we're having a story about a young girl. Her name is Julia, and let's start with the first question. As we said before, there is a certain question that talks about the or is about the main idea. Number one, what is the story mostly about? So it asks about the general idea of the story. Is it about Julia's family, Julia's childhood, Julia's hobbies, Julia's love for her father? So I need to look at the questions that I told you before, look at directly to the question, read the distractors. What do I mean by the distractors? I mean the options or A, B, C, D, whatever. So you need to look at these distractors very well, try to get some clues to find the answers. And as I told you before, you need to go back to the text itself. As we know, for the general idea, we need to read first the introduction, and then the introduction, and then the conclusion. But for this time, we will get the answer from the introduction because it is a story. Okay, so you will get the answers usually, as I told you, from the introduction. And if you don't get it from the introduction, you can get it from the conclusion and the first sentence for each paragraph. But because this one is a story, most of the time it gives us the summary or the general idea or the scene at the beginning. So I'm focusing here on the introduction, and there are some key words that will help us. It is family, love, hobbies, and childhood. As you can see here, she talked about love for her family. Let's read it first. Julia Macklin, a 10-year-old girl, did not yet realize that 2005 would be such a challenging year. She also did not know that the events to come would give her the opportunity at such a young age to show her personal heroism, unselfish giving, and love for her family. So we can get from the introduction what is it about. So the main idea here, Julia's love for her father. It is the nearest answer. Now we're going to go through the scanning part, which is supporting details about the reading text. The second question, as I told you before we start, you need to read the questions very well, read the destructors very well, try to get the keys and go through the reading. So number 2, what does the word opportunity mean in this sentence? She also did not know that the event that to come could give her an opportunity at such a young age too. So we have the word opportunity and we have some destructors here. A, depth, event, chance, challenge. So we need to find something here. As I told you before, we need to get the answer through guessing. First, through guessing the meaning. Second, if you can't get guessing the meaning through context. The second thing here, the word class. The third thing here, by prefixes and suffixes. So here we will start with the first thing. Let's search for the word. So first we search for the word. We go back to the text itself and search for the word. Try to look at the paragraph, try to read the sentence itself, and then you will guess the meaning. If you will not get the meaning through the reading text or through context, you need, in this case, you need to find the word class, prefix or suffix that helps you to understand the meaning. So we have here, she also did not know that events to come would give her an opportunity at such a young age to show her personal heroism, unselfishness given, and love for her family. So I think that you got the meaning here. The meaning here is chance. Another word here, another exercise. The more you go through this, the more you will be mastering it. What does approximately mean in this sentence? Look at this, approximately. Julia's dad was riding his bicycle with approximately 10 other bicycles. Is it nearly, exactly, finally, carefully? Look at these. They are the same. We go back to the text itself. Locate the word. Guess the meaning through context, word classes, prefixes, suffixes. Let's locate the word. Approximately. So we will read the sentence here. On Sunday afternoon, January 30, 2005, Julia's dad was riding his bicycle with approximately 10 other cyclists near Point Reyes, California. So here we will try to get the meaning here. And approximately, and then there is a number. That means this will give us a clue to get the meaning, which is nearly. So while you are reading, try to find some clues to get the meaning or to guess the meaning through context. Number 4, one of the questions that comes in the exam, they'll give you a sentence and then they'll ask you, where can you put this sentence? Okay, what is the best place for this sentence to be putting? In which paragraph does the following sentence belong? Julia's father was seriously injured. Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let's go back to the text. So what are my keywords here? They are father, serious injured. And let's go back to the text itself. You have to read the introduction, the conclusion in this case, and the first sentence for each paragraph. So in this case, you will get the answer easier. Then you will search for the words injured and these things. Where can I find it? It is in the second paragraph. So in this paragraph, they mentioned something about her father accident, and I think it is the best place to get it. So let's check the answer. So the answer is what? In the second paragraph. Question number 5. Based on the text, which of the following statement is true? Last time we talked about not true, but this time it is true. So it is something true in this text. The following destructors here, number 1, he became blind. B, he became deaf. C, he lost his arm. D, he lost sight in one eye. We will go back to the text. As I told you, there are some clues here. And true, Julia's father, blind, deaf, lost his arm, lost sight in one eye. So we will get the answer as we said in paragraph number 2. If we have a look here, the underlined part is lost sight in one eye. This is the answer. So let's go back to the question, and then the right answer is lost sight in one eye. So we need to be careful while we are reading these, while we are answering these questions. Try to find clues as much as you can. Search, just search. Don't waste your time doing extra things, reading or rereading the whole paragraph. Just look at the words that you need, search them, and then try to point them and get the right answer. Number 6, did Julia get the money to buy the bike? So how did Julia get the money to buy the bike? So there are some ways that they mentioned here to show the answer. She sold milk and homemade cookies. She asked her mother for money. She worked in the local park. She worked in the hospital. So these distractors will show us the possible answers. The words here, sold, cookies, milk, mother, ask, and these things. So we'll try to search for these answers or some of these keywords, and then the answer in paragraph number 3. We need to go through the sentence that has these clues. Like, for example, since she did not have that much money, she decided to raise it through donations by selling milk and homemade cookies at a local park. So here the answer is what? The answer is she sold milk and homemade cookies. Number 7. This is the question that I've been waiting for, and it is about the word class. In the sentence, she set up a table with cookies, milk, information, and pictures about her daddy's injuries. The word information is it a verb, noun, adverb, adjective? Some of you will say, yeah, I know the answer. Okay, I will say, don't do it. Try to go through the reading again. and then you will get it. As I told you before in the previous lessons, you have to guess the word class through context or by looking at its suffix. So let's have a look here. Information, we'll try to search it, point it, and look at this. Information, we said we read it, read the sentence, and then we will look at its suffix. So look at this. The suffix here is shin. And when I say shin, that means if you read page 136 and 137, you will know the answer. So the answer is a noun. Let's move to the next one. 8. What does purchase mean in this sentence? She had raised the $500 she needed to purchase the bike. The distractors are write, sell, buy, research. Let's go back to the text. Search for the word, guess the meaning through the context, purchase. The answer is buy. Now, we'll go through this question. It is about suffixes and prefixes. But now in this question here, we are having suffixes. Like, for example, the suffix full in the word painful mean. Is it made of, full of, relating to, capable of being? So, as I told you before, it depends on you. You can get it through the context, I know that, but why wasting your time while you are going to gain it easily? So you need to memorize, as I told you, as much suffixes as you can. This will help you go through this exercise easily. So we have the suffix full, and it is, you will get the answer here, and the answer is full of. The prefix un in the word unselfish means, so here, as I told you before, prefixes deal with the meaning. They change the meaning of words. So we need to look here. We have selfish and we have the word un. You know the meaning of the word selfish. If we add un, it will change its meaning. Against, after, across, not or opposite of. If we go through this, unselfish giving. That means here what? The opposite, of course. So the answer here, D. To sum up, reading comprehension, as you can see, is something easy. It's not difficult. We went through this with you within 5 lessons, and this time we practiced these techniques that I gave you before. So I hope that you will go through this and try to do your best to use these techniques to jump high and get the full mark in the reading text. I hope that you found my lesson beneficial and enjoyable. Thank you very much and good luck.